This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
Winning isn't everything, but it's the only thing. In our business, there is no second place. Either you're first or you're last.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready?
And now, the W with Walls and the crew.
Good morning.
Where winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. On 100.1 FM.
Good morning.
And Facebook Live.
Good morning, good morning. Another Saturday morning with the W Show, Kansas City, talking sports and pop culture. If this is your first time checking us out, this is the W Show. We're live on 100.1 FM, 1 Kansas City Radio, each and every Saturday morning. If you haven't decided to follow us yet, I don't know what you're thinking about, but follow us at the W Show KC on Facebook, social, and all social media. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How is everyone this morning?
Feeling good, man. Feeling really good. I'm excited to do this show. This is great.
Why are you excited, though?
So we're officially at the pop culture section of our show.
Yeah.
We're here at Planet Comic. How do we say this? Planet Comic Con.
Yeah.
Kansas City, 2022.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny that you say that, because they haven't had Planet Comic Con, and we are right down here in downtown Kansas City. Bartle Hall, Kansas City Convention Center. They haven't had Planet Comic Con in a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So this year it's expected to be have about 60,000 people coming in from between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday all weekend. So It's pretty dope.
Oh yeah.
we got to talk to some people that have worked on their costumes for years, and so it's kind of cool to see like if they didn't have it for the past couple of years, like people have really built up to this moment to today. Like they were in their houses grinding during COVID. You know, that's pretty dope to see everybody's costumes and how hard they went.
Yeah, and seeing like how long, like you said, they were in their homes grinding. A lady, and I don't even know if it was a woman or a man, but had like a crow outfit and a costume, and she said 5 years.
Nuts.
5 years is a long time.
To put together a costume.
That's crazy.
That's
like,
dope.
I'm the type. I'll just show up at Walmart and whatever you got in the costume section, give me a mask and a t-shirt, and I'm good.
You can paint me a little bit, face paint or something to sell it a little bit more, but that's a lot.
Yeah, and Comic-Con does a lot for the city of Kansas City. Their estimation, according to Visit KC, $9.5 million will be brought in over the course of 3 days over this weekend. So that's huge for the city.
Oh yeah, man. This is exciting because you get to see a whole lot of the stuff you grew up watching as a kid basically in real life. We see this. We had stormtroopers, and now we got. See, I don't even watch Star Wars enough to know what's going on right here. Like I should know.
Yeah.
Like that's Boba Fett
or something like that.
This Boba Fett right here, I believe.
I have no idea what they are.
That's Boba Fett. That's definitely Boba Fett. And then I don't quite know what these are, but they're from Star Wars for sure.
They definitely are. I wonder because a lot of people stay in character. A lot of people stay in character. I wonder if we can get one of the guys to come over and talk to us.
I don't think we're able to get much out of them.
Can we get one of you? Can we get one of you guys to come and talk to us, or you guys got to be in character? Can we get one of you guys to come over and talk to us real quick? Oh, he said. Oh, can you talk to us for a second? A couple minutes?
For sure.
I love it. Can they come stand behind us?
I don't think we have enough room.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here you go, sir. We appreciate having you join us on the show right now, sir. What's your name?
My name's Jason Lockwood.
Jason Lockwood. Now, talk to us about your costumes. This is pretty dope, man.
Well, thank you. Well, our costumes are all from the original Star Wars series. So this is my whole family, my wife, and my 3 kids.
Wow.
And,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so we're 3 Tusken Raiders, a Jawa, and Return of the Jedi Boba Fett.
I knew that was Boba Fett. Okay, I got at least one of. So, are you guys from Kansas City, or are you from? Where are you from?
Well, we're living in Central Missouri right now.
Central Missouri.
We're all. My wife and I are from elsewhere, but that's where we drove in from.
Okay,
but,
gotcha. That's really cool.
Now, how long did it take you guys to actually put together your costumes?
Well, we started before the pandemic, and then they canceled that Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And but it probably took a good 2 or 3 months. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Wow. How many times have you guys seen Star Wars to get it right down to the detail? Because you guys are detailed. Like, no, seriously.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't even say how many times. I mean, having 3 kids that all grew up on it, and my wife and I grew up on it as well. It would have to be hundreds of times, I would think. Yeah.
Dope.
Wow.
Yeah. Dope.
Wow, that is nice, man. I love you guys' costumes. It's pretty dope.
I appreciate that.
I love it.
Now, how did you guys get the sound? Like, someone has a sound or something like that?
Yeah, so the sounds, we're wearing amplifiers underneath our costumes, and then on each one of our gloves we have a soundboard.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
So so the power pack is in our chest, and we have wires running down to our arms, and then we have the soundboards on her, so when we're wearing our costumes you can't see us activate it.
Of course.
Yeah, and that wasn't my idea. I got that from somebody else.
Oh, okay.
But like the technology behind that and the thought behind that is crazy.
It's
a
lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Heck yeah. Well, wish you guys, are you guys doing the contest? The contest? Or?
We're not registered for the contest.
Okay.
But maybe one of these years. So,
Heck yeah, I think you guys will win.
Definitely impressive.
Heck yeah. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. All right. Yeah, we're here live. And like we said, Comic-Con. So we have a lot to talk about on today's show. This is going to be a fun one. Chiefs wide receiver Mecole Hardman entering his final year of his contract, and he's ready for more.
He should be.
He should be. Another star player wants out of his NFL contract. Deebo Samuel. He's reportedly asking 49ers to trade him. Any surprise there?
Yes. I have to say yes.
And another surprise that came out this week, Villanova coach Jay Wright, he steps down and he joins a growing number of coaches who are walking away from a changing NCAA profession.
I wonder why.
We're going to dive into that. And then Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, they're going to square off in the match, which is a golf event that's going to be happening this June. And coming up in about 30 minutes, we'll have our sneakers of the week. Let's get to today's headlines.
And now, here are the biggest sports headlines from this week. We bring them to you every Saturday morning on the W with Walls and the Crew on 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Now, Chiefs wide receiver Mecole Hardman entering the final year of his contract and should be ready for more. We had the chance to talk to Mecole earlier this week about feeling disrespected. Let's hear what he had to say first.
It's definitely blown out of proportion for sure. I mean, I don't know sometimes what people be thinking. I mean, I've been working out the whole off season. You know what I mean? Not to mention, like, when we go to OTAs, training camp, I'm going to have 4 months with Pat to throw, you know? Like, and I think, honestly, they got to understand that people have individual lives as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just be – I can't be on Pat ass all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? But obviously, the week before I got there, they already had some earlier workouts, and which I was already planning to be there next week. So, which they probably wouldn't even know about that. But so definitely, I got it next weekend. Going to be out there to continue the 2 weeks before we go to TAs and be out there. So.
And so the thing about Mecole right now is he's kind of in a good position, and a couple of media members almost put him on the spot, asking, you know, is he more excited that Tyreek is not a part of this team anymore because it opens up the door for himself? So and he gave a great answer. He said, no, I'd rather Tyreek, you know, be a part of the team. And the thing about it as well is people don't understand that this is his first full offseason. Of course, you think about the first couple of years, Super Bowl run, short offseason. Second year, Super Bowl run, short offseason. And now losing the AFC Championship game. It's not as long as if he didn't make the playoffs, but it's still longer than the Super Bowl run. And then you have so much going on after the Super Bowl as far as like parade and just your media tour and things like that. So it's going to be a telling offseason for him just to show, you know, what he's able to do and add to his arsenal. Because when you look at it as well, it's going to be a year where he's able to get paid next year. You see what all the wide receivers are getting. The money's going up. So, I mean, if he plays well, I say he get 900 to 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. He'll get paid next season.
The opportunity is there for it, for sure. And here's the hoping, because we all want to see Mecole succeed. We've seen him come in as a rookie, and we've seen him, outperform the role that he was given. I mean, he's never actually got to be the number one receiver in this offense, due to having two All-Pro, a wide receiver All-Pro, and a tight end All-Pro. And so now he gets the opportunity to be the guy. And I think he knows that, and it's not lost on him. So he'll definitely step up. He'll definitely do all the extra things that he needs to do to prepare himself for this season. And like you said, it's a contract year. So we all know guys are going to ball out. There's that extra incentive. Like, man, I can really set my whole family up for generations if I get this right. So I think it's not lost on him. I think he knows, and, he's shown a whole lot of maturity in these past couple years. So I'm ready to see what he does this year with. And of course, you got to think he doesn't exactly have a bad offense around him. It's not like he's the only one. So it's not like if he starts balling, he's going to get double teamed, because we still got Travis Kelce. We got Juju, couple other guys. So I just think he knows, and I think he's right. They made a big deal out of nothing, but he's built for it, I think.
And I like how he touched on, which we talked about it a lot last week, but touched on, like, he's still a human. Like, we still have lives, stuff like that. So I think he's definitely right that it may have gotten blown out of proportion, but I think it'll be interesting to see how focused. Like, this will be a true test of how focused you truly were in offseason.
Chiefs fans, be patient with the guy. Like, be patient, because look, he's still young. And we were all 22 22, 21, 22, 23 years old before, you know?
I'm here. I'm living it. Right.
So I mean, the things that some of us as a little older adults have do now is not the same as what we did when we were that young. So you got to be patient with them. You know, of course, a lot of people got on him because he wasn't in the first video with Patrick, and like you said, it's like, all right, sometimes we got schedules. Sometimes there's other things that we're doing. We're professionals. Family comes into play. You don't always have to be all about football.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I don't understand when fans are like, oh, well, why are you out at Starbucks? Why are you at the club? Why are you at the mall? Why are you buying groceries? It's like, come on, man. They don't always have to have their head in the playbook. Just like give it a rest.
Why do you think they make all of this money? They don't make all of it just to like continuously do their job all day. Like there's a time where you set the football down, or you close the computer and you relax. And so I mean, Mecole is also been with Pat for what, 3 years now. This is fourth. This is going on this fourth year. Yeah. So like, if he doesn't know Pat by now, like he's never gonna know him, as the famous song goes. Like, so I'm just saying, like, just relax, guys. He'll be all right. Another 1,000-yard season is coming, along with those 10 to 12 touchdowns, I think.
Now, it seems like Deebo's trying to be patient with the 49ers, but he's asked for a trade. Sam has asked the Niners to trade him for reasons he hasn't yet revealed. What reasons do you guys think?
I think it's one of those, if I just had to take a wild guess, I think it has, a couple things. Probably the money is one thing. I feel like that's always when it comes to NFL players and, all of a sudden saying they're at odds with their teams, it's typically money is in there somewhere.
Yep.
His role, I mean, he said that, hey, man, I really don't want to run the football as much as I did last year. And it makes sense because it wears you down. Like he was the central part of that offense, and it looks good on paper, and it looks good when, they're showing all the highlights of him taking carries and scoring rushing touchdowns and stuff. But those are hits he's taken. And he is a wide receiver by trade. So he didn't sign up to be a running back, basically.
Yeah.
But I will say that the offense that the head coach built was specifically for him. Like he specifically built that offense around his talents.
Yeah.
And so now that he's seen as like, a top 10, top 5 wide receiver, wherever you want to rank him, he got those numbers because the coach built the offense around him. So it's kind of a catch-22. Like, look, you wouldn't be seen as this if you didn't do what you did last year. So it's I'm sure it's a bunch of things. I mean, maybe he's at odds with the fact that the quarterback situation isn't that good in San Francisco. It could be anything.
Yeah, I agree. No, 100%. Because when you're Mr. Do-It-All, it's like everything rests on your shoulders, win, lose, or draw, right? And so it's going to take a toll on your body, and of course he sees the fact of what guys are getting paid, and I don't know what his contract numbers look like right now, but if I'm going to be Mr. Do-It-All, pay me to be the highest Mr. Do-It-All that is in the league, especially at my position. And so we understand the numbers of the age of longevity of NFL players, let alone running backs. So if you're going to continue to have me to just be the guy on this team, you're going to have to pay me like the guy.
Exactly.
Especially when my numbers have almost doubled. His numbers in 2019 were 802 yards, 3 touchdowns. 2020, 391 yards, 1 touchdown. I believe that was after an injury. And then last year, 77 receptions, 1,405 yards, 6 touchdowns. So
that is an insane number of touches to have, and then it be expected to still be physical, still be expected to run as fast as you can. That's an insane amount. So I'm feeling like you, Steve, like, hey man, you're gonna have to like pay me per carry or something.
Yeah,
there's gonna have to be some incentives in my contract, because you're not finna run me down and then at the end I don't have the contract that I really deserved.
Yeah.
It's all about use. Like, don't overuse me and not want to pay me. I can see if I'm the top player in the league, and now it's all right, use me.
Right.
But I want to win too.
Right.
Exactly.
Now, gambling to blame for Kyrie Irving, Taunt says. ESPN's Woj says, is gambling in sports bleeding into the actual game? What do you guys think?
Probably maybe a little bit of something. I mean, it's still sports. It can't really bleed too much into it, but yeah, I mean, it's bigger now. Gambling is bigger, as Steve knows.
Yeah.
Let's hear what Woj had to say.
We're going to see more of this in the league. Nothing to do with, there's a different dynamic with Kyrie Irving in Boston. But as gambling becomes more prevalent in the arena, people gambling on almost everything that goes on with a game, and they're drinking, players, organizations, and you talk to them, they already feel it in the arena. And when people are losing money in real time and they're pointing to a player on the court that said, hey, I bet you to score more points in the second quarter than somebody else, and I lost, you're adding an element to that we're not talking as much about, but is a real factor in this league. And I think you are going to see more instances of fans being even more vitriolic toward players in this league. And it's an issue they're going to have to deal with, but it comes, I think, with the influx of gambling money that everyone's going to profit off of, both players and the league and the BRI. Yeah. But it's going to impact the way the relationship between fans and players in real time.
Here's the thing about what he said. I don't think it has any correlation between the Celtics and Kyrie Irving. Like, Celtics fans are upset with Kyrie Irving for a totally different reason. Other than, I mean, there could be some fans that are upset because of gambling, but the total number of fans, I would say, is more like 98.9% are upset with Kyrie Irving because he left the Celtics the way he did.
Facts.
And so I can't correlate the two. But there are a lot of fans that are upset real time due to gambling. I mean, you're able to get on FanDuel and, look up what your number is. We see every week, and I post some of it. These guys that do the parlay bets, and you need one final parlay to you spend $10 to make $20,000. We see it all the time. And you see the people, they're in their homes. They're like, come on, make this free throw. Come on, make this free throw. And they make it and they go crazy, or they miss. And it's like, oh man, come on. They cussing the TV out. And I'm like, man, but imagine that fan in the stadium. And they are. And you need that final parlay. That's when you get the F-bombs and the drinks thrown and everything like that. And so at some point it's going to come to a head. I just hope that it doesn't come anytime soon.
Yeah, you're 1,000% correct. This is something that will be happening. I just think, I mean, I know it's too much to ask, but people, can we get it together? Like, why are we, I understand the booing and saying, hey, you stink, or I don't like you. What I don't understand is going after a guy's family, calling him out of his name and when I say calling him out of his name, how far. Like, I don't say, I'm not saying about the small insults. I'm talking about the big ones, the words, the B word, and dare I say the N word, like
the I hope your kid dies.
Yes. Those, because it's never that serious. Like, no, he didn't tell you to, hey, bet on me, I'm going to get this right.
Yeah.
No, you did it yourself. That was out of your own volition. So I don't understand it. It's so weird to me, but yes, Woj is correct. Like, it's going to continue to happen, and we might have to tighten up security.
Draw a line somewhere.
But and to get into Kyrie Irving a little bit, I just don't understand the fact of fans that want to say obscene things to players and don't expect players to react to it. Right? They're
human.
Yeah. But the thing about it is you have to pick a perfect time when to react. Now, we saw Kyrie Irving give the double bird. We saw him give a single bird and another point in the game. But it's like, man, Kyrie, you know what it is. Like, you know that they're upset that you left, and you know how Celtics fans are. Those fans out east, Philly,
I'm finna say the
Boston,
East Coast fans, New York, they're the. I'm sorry, I hate to say it. Anybody's watching our show from these areas, Y'all are terrible fans. I have to tell the truth. You're the worst on the coast. So.
But yeah, Tyreek, geez. Kyrie has to understand that it's going to be that, right? And the fact that he's giving the double bird to the whole section of fans. There could be kids there. Yeah. There could be grandparent, whoever. And he's doing it. And it's like, man, just go at the fan that's saying it. And I'm mad Q isn't here to talk about this.
I'm here. I'm going to defend Q's. I'm going to defend Q's point. It's one of those things where it's like, all right, I've had enough. Y'all are doing too much. I'm going to give you some back. Yeah. And I feel like that also adds to the entertainment value of the game. It's like, true, if these guys didn't react to anything at all and they just were emotionless and didn't have it, you know how boring that would kind of be.
You're watching robots.
We want to see Kobe Bryant after he's talking to a fan on the bench. We want to see him go.
But no, it's different. It's different though.
Those are the same things though.
But the banter is different when it's good. Like there's good banter, and then there's the banter that's just like.
So you're saying it's obscene?
Yeah, it's some of it. You got to draw a line, and once you step over that line, then it's gone too far. And so like.
The line for you is the middle fingers, as you're saying.
That's the line. That's the line. Because you get a lot of kids that are like, "Mom,
they gonna know
this?
They know what it means. They gonna figure that out eventually. They gonna figure out what that means, regardless.
But they shouldn't see it from their favorite athlete, is what I'm saying.
So
they shouldn't.
So the man that's sitting next to the kid that's doing all of that, what happens? Why we don't reprimand him? Why are we?
Of course, he should be thrown. We see guys all the time. We see two instances from LeBron James. And also Kevin Durant. We see them, the guy saying something crazy. Hey, they'll stop the game. You got to get him out of here. And what do they do? They no questions asked. They get him out.
Mm-hmm.
We see it all the time. And then even LeBron.
You would rather see that happen.
I'd rather see that happen. I'd rather see instead of throwing up the double bird behind your head to the crowd before you take the ball out. I'd rather see you turn around and say, "Hey man, well, you got a problem with me?" And find out who exactly it is. Of course, you're going to get multiple boos, but somebody's going to say something crazy. Mm-hmm. And, hey, he got to go. No matter if you're up in section 338, you got to go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we're asking a lot out of those guys for that.
No, I'm just saying. and not only that, but you're already killing. But we heard LeBron say in HBO's The Shop, the last one that he did, he's like, man, sometimes I need that for extra motivation to hoop. Like I'll go out at pregame and look for that guy up in, section 338 that's yelling the crazy thing. And I say, all right, I'm watching you all game. And that's the person I need for that extra motivation.
I get it. I think it's fair. I honestly don't even think Kyrie should have been suspended. I think when it comes to that sort of thing is like you get the warning. Like, hey, like, yeah, we understand situation. Don't do that no more. Yeah. So don't do that.
So my question to y'all is, we saw in our friend of the show, Adam Garcia, he said, why are fans backstage? Now, I'm assuming that you're talking about when the guy say, hey, Kyrie, you suck. Does that warrant
that
response?
I mean, he's pushing the buttons. He didn't have to use the profanity that he did. He could have chose different words, but you're pushing the buttons. And my thing is, you're paying money to be there. You should have some sort of respect. Like for me as an athlete, I'm like, you're here to watch me. You paid to watch me. So how, like, you got some nerve.
Exactly.
Like I'm doing what I do. And at that point, I gotta agree with Noel. I can only take so much.
And they just lost too.
Right. Like I'm here for a reason. Like you're not just gonna keep talking to me crazy. At some point, I gotta say something back.
Something back.
Okay. Something. Now, Villanova coach Jay Wright steps down, joins growing number who are walking away from a changing profession. Steve, we'll start with you on this one.
This is very surprising, to say the least. He's one of those coaches that when you talk about all-time great college coaches, he's one of them, right? I mean, you have the Coach K's, you have the Bill Selfs, you have all the other coaches that are going to go down in the Hall of Fame, and now it's just like, all right, what's your reasoning behind wanting to step down? Is it the growing NIL deals? Is it the fact that if you don't have the highest or the best NIL programs around your school that you're able to pay these kids, you're not going to be able to recruit? Is that what it is? Because we've seen the other coaches that have stepped down. I mean, you see Roy Williams, Coach K, all those other guys over the past 13 months, and it's like, man, what's coming down the pipeline? Do they see something that's coming down the line? Did they have this group text? It's like, all right, Coach K, who was it first? Coach Williams, you're first.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Coach K, I'm next.
Mm-hmm.
So is that what it is, or is there something else that we're missing here? Like, is it time for some fresh blood as far as coaches go? Which, I mean, I feel like it is, but like these guys are coaches that can teach young men.
Mm-hmm. Jay Wright isn't that old.
Yeah.
So he definitely, he was just kind of starting his run. He won his national championships within the last 5 years. 6-7 years.
Yeah.
But Coach K, he's been there for 40 plus. It was time. Roy Williams, he's getting up there. Jim Boeheim, I don't know. Jim Boeheim, did he also retired, or is he still at Syracuse?
He's still at Syracuse.
Yeah. I feel like his time is coming too. I think it's just time for the fresh blood, and that NIL deals probably help that situation move a little faster, because it's like you got to be a different kind of cat. It's no longer under the table. It's all on top of the table now.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we present to you. This is what we can give you individually. And if you don't have the right people at your school that know how to facilitate those deals, you're going to lose out on the 5 stars. You're going to lose out on the number 1 draft pick. You're going to lose out on all the great players that you can get just because you don't know how to recruit that way. So I do think it's a couple of different factors, but I think the blue bloods understand, the top guys understand that, like, hey, either I'm gonna get right or I'm gonna get left. And so I'm gonna just, if I'm not gonna get right, I'm gonna just leave. I'm gonna just get up out of here. And Jay Wright might have NBA aspirations, honestly.
That could be
want to be an assistant coach going into a head coach, or he might have a head coach job right there waiting for him. So it could be any number of those things.
Definitely. And we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, we'll discuss former NFL star Marshawn Lynch becomes minority owner in NHL expansion team. Keep it locked in. This is the W Show. We'll be right back.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC WeSpin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC WeSpin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC WeSpin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC WeSpin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City.
Don't be depressed, frustrated, or stressed because of the loss of a loved one. Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services is here to assist you with a smooth, stress-free transition. It doesn't matter how your loved one transitioned, we will offer you a memorable celebration to your liking. We are a family-friendly, full-service funeral home right here in the heart of the city, offering affordable cremations and package pricing and quality service. Call us when you need us. 816-231-GATE. That's 816-231-4283. There's only one Golden Gate, located at 2800 East 18th Street, Kansas City, Missouri. Exchanging your grief for a golden experience.
Are you ready to take your gaming experience to the next level? Max Adrenaline Mobile Video Gaming is here to offer the best mobile entertainment that includes video games, laser tag, and karaoke. Our mobile video game theater offers a 33-foot climate-controlled luxury RV with 5 gaming stations, and we can accommodate up to 20 players at once. Are you looking for entertainment at your next event? Well, look no further. We'll come to you. Specializing in birthday parties for all ages, sports events, team building, corporate events, school functions, holiday parties, and more. We're here when you need us at 816-897-0509 or maxadrenalinekc.com.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Remember to interact with our show. Use hashtag talk about it. Message us, and we'll talk about whatever topic you want. Now, former NFL star Marshawn Lynch becomes minority owner in NHL expansion team. No, we'll start with you.
It's good, and we all love Marshawn Lynch on this show. I think he's one of those people in the Black community that just everybody universally loves. So I love it. We get more Black people into the NHL, and I'm not really a big NHL watcher, but now I might have to, check into a Kraken game just to see what's going on, like what
see
Marshawn,
what's cracking,
to see what's cracking. There you go. But yeah, I think it's cool, man. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, a lot of these guys, Marshawn was one of them, where you see the reports of him not spending a dime of his salary of his NFL contract. He worked all off of endorsement deals. Of course, he had the Skittles. He had a bunch of different companies. Of course, we see him Subway, companies like that. But then he had his own like marketing plan, where we saw him on like TV. We saw him doing other things too, and he has his brand too, Beast Mode. Right. So Beast Mode became a worldwide brand, and he has stores in malls in Vegas and LA and airports and things like that. So it's like Marshawn is a household name. Not only Beast Mode is a household name, and so I think he's able to diversify everything and put it into ownership. We see it happening with Patrick Mahomes. We see it with LeBron, these other athletes, and I'm happy for him, man, that he's able to do that. And he's also real. I get on players all the time of kind of trying to keep it PC, and not being your real self. He's a guy that you're going to get the real Marshawn Lynch. He's never going to sugarcoat anything. He's always going to be professional, but he's never going to sugarcoat anything.
So yeah, we love Marshawn. I can't say that enough. And I'm glad we're past the age of, you remember when we were kind of growing up, that age of the athlete that would blow all their money. They would end up broke after their careers, maybe 5-10 years. And of course, it still happens. But we're hearing more stories, I feel like, of athletes in this position where they're able to be a part owner of a sports team, or they have their money in a bunch of different places, and they're successful post-career. And I just love to see that, because before it seemed like, they used to have the ESPN 30 for 30, what was it called? It was called broke, or like something bad like that. It was like you would hear about these athletes that blew all their money. So that's the part that I like the most about it.
And a lot of times you got to keep that team around you. We see a lot of athletes as well that are investing in their family members to make sure that they're going to be set, and then are able to help them in whatever that investment is. Exactly. Like you see LeBron that has put money into his friends. All right, go and what was it, Rich Paul? All right, go and learn under one of the top agents, and then we're going to start my agency.
Right. Right.
And so you see that all the time now, and I think it's cool. The education factor of it makes it even better as well.
And shouts out to them. I know we talked about it earlier with Mecole Hardman situation, and whenever you get done, their head doesn't necessarily have to be in the playbook, but still doing something. Like if that's like shooting a commercial during off season, like going around and doing stuff involved in the community. So it's not necessarily that, you always have to be focused on football, but there's still off season is not necessarily, football's not over. Like do it in different ways and shooting stuff and being involved. I think that's really dope. And shout out to them for that. Others that do that.
And it's their family that pushes you. Like when we're out in LA at Radio Row, we see guys who have their friends that are their marketing reps. Like, hey, do you guys want Mecole Hardman on your show? Like, yeah, we know Mecole, come on over. So that's his homeboy that was pushing them, all right, we and having him out there and learning to do media, and not shying away from it and being in front of the camera. So
love it. Now, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen to square off in the Match golf event this June. Steve, you're a big golfer. What do you think?
I'm happy. I'm anytime you get some football guys out there on a golf course, I think it's going to be great. Now, winter, I think is going to be. I haven't really seen Mahomes or Josh Allen play golf, at least. I mean, I've seen Mahomes hit a couple of drives, but I think Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers play a little bit more golf than Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes do, and I think they're a little bit better. if I'm being completely honest, I think Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers will win that match.
That the competitive edge is gonna come out in this because these are 4 quarterbacks. I mean, we got 3 for sure Hall of Famers and 1 in Josh Allen. He's like, man, I belong. And so you're going to see it come out a little bit. Like, I'm sure it's all for the cameras and all fun, but you'll see a little bit of that competitiveness come out, and we might see it in a match. We might see a good match. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Jerry West demands apology, retraction over his portrayal in HBO's Lakers TV show. No?
So here's the deal. I've been watching this. I've been forced to kind of. I didn't really want to watch it, but I decided to tune in, and they're making Jerry West look not so good. I have to be honest. They're making him look weak. They're making him look like he's unsure. And the thing about this show is that a lot of Lakers did not participate in it. Magic Johnson said he was on board at first, I believe, and then he said, I ain't really feeling it. And then Kareem outright wrote an article. He said, I'm not involved in this at all, and I don't like it. And it seems like the same thing with Jerry West. So the show itself, I would say it's good. It is good television, but like most things, I think a lot of it really isn't true. It's not portrayed correctly. I believe Jerry West when he says that this is not how it actually went. So
yeah, when you see the entertainment aspect of it, when you're putting out a project, you're not going to get 100% of everyone that is, I guess, portrayal of people. Everybody's not going to be happy of how they're portrayed in a project like this. So, I mean, for entertainment wise, I mean, you got to take it for what it's worth.
Exactly.
But the one that I'm really interested in seeing is the Magic Johnson. I don't know if it's a doc or it's just
the one that he's involved in.
So it's going to be pretty dope. I can't wait for that one. But this one is just like, oh, we're putting out something about the Lakers, whatever. Just watch it, tune in. It seemed like more of a just entertainment than more of a informational type thing.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This show is very lewd. If we don't know what the word lewd means, it means it's very racy. If you don't know what that means, it's very sexy. It's very like it involves a whole lot of that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So be prepared if you are going to watch it. It has that. And so it's raw, basically.
Now we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, we'll have our Hate It or Love It segment. Kick it off with our sneakers of the week. This is the W Show. We'll be right back.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC WeSpin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC WeSpin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC WeSpin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC WeSpin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City.
Don't be depressed, frustrated, or stressed because of the loss of a loved one. Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services is here to assist you with a smooth, stress-free transition. It doesn't matter how your loved one transitioned, we will offer you a memorable celebration to your liking. We are a family-friendly, full-service funeral home right here in the heart of the city, offering affordable cremations and package pricing and quality service. Call us when you need us. 816-231-GATE. That's 816-231-4283. There's only one Golden Gate, located at 2800 East 18th Street, Kansas City, Missouri. Exchanging your grief for a golden experience.
Are you ready to take your gaming experience to the next level? Max Adrenaline Mobile Video Gaming is here to offer the best mobile entertainment that includes video games, laser tag, and karaoke. Our mobile video game theater offers a 33-foot climate-controlled luxury RV with 5 gaming stations, and we can accommodate up to 20 players at once. Are you looking for entertainment at your next event? Well, look no further. We'll come to you. Specializing in birthday parties for all ages, sports events, team building, corporate events, school functions, holiday parties, and more. We're here when you need us at 816-897-0509 or maxadrenalinekc.com.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Remember to interact with our show. Use hashtag #TalkAboutIt. Message us, and we'll talk about whatever topic you want.
It's that time for Love It or Hate It.
Hate it.
If we love it, we talk about it. If we hate it, we move on.
Starting off our sneakers of the week, we have the Air Jordan 1 Low Wash Denims.
I'm really like interested in these, to be honest, because
the blue,
it's the color,
blue.
it's the color. But I mean, just to wash denim is pretty dope.
I'd rock them. I think they're pretty dope. What you about? Not a fan?
Not really. I can't. I ain't really a fan of them. I can't lie.
I think these are my favorite this week, honestly. I'd rock them. The Packers shoes, Reebok Answer Silvers.
These are just nostalgic value.
Classic. I can't wait till the cherries come out. I'm sorry. But yeah, the red ones, I
don't even know if I'm gonna get the cherry. That's the thing. Like I didn't like. So I like the way they looked. They played terrible.
Oh, I'm not playing them. I'm not playing them at all.
And so, but they didn't play terrible. They felt horrible on my foot.
You'll see me showing up at like Comic-Con with those on. Regular spots.
I'm getting to the age where I need my feet to be taken care of, and I don't know if they's gonna take care of. They're not gonna hug my feet the way I want them to. So,
the Feral Adidas.
Ooh, I like these. I really do. They're little boots, but you know, they're casual boots, sneaker boots. I could wear them.
I'm not. I'll pass.
Come on, y'all not rocking with the boots?
These give me the Stormtrooper vibes. That those are fitting. I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
The Uno Zoom Freak 3.
I like
these.
These.
Decent. I could give these a chance. I could give these a chance.
I'm wondering like how these feel to hoop in though, because they're Giannis.
They are.
Shoes.
They're made for like him. We none of us are 6'11" with a 7'3" wingspan.
I got you.
So
I got you.
No.
Facts. Now, junior college pitcher kicked off team for tackling opponent who hit a homer. Hate it or love it.
Oh my goodness!
This is a surprise.
I love it for baseball. Like I mean, to me, if I'm being 100% honest, I love it for baseball, but I hate it for just sportsmanship in general. But for baseball, the entertainment side of it, I love it.
It needs I mean, this is something that maybe baseball needs. Like,
you
celebrate your home run a little too much, I might have to hit you while you're rounding third.
Right.
So I mean, I'm sorry he had to be the one to die on the sword, but maybe baseball needs this.
Hockey got it. Hockey, they can fight and everything. So
gloves off. Exactly.
Let's get right. Oh, I love it. Honestly, like Noel said, at some point, like if you're doing too much, you might got to get checked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's check out what happened.
3-1 swung on towards left center field. This one's going toward the warning track at the wall. It's over the fence. It's a 2-run home run to give the Lions the lead. North Central has taken the lead here in game one. Oh my. Oh, no. Oh, no. That was out of nowhere. Woodward just attacking the... Sorry, I just... Phillips right there. And he'll step on home plate, and Cal Stark with some sportsmanship going, but...
My dad would say he got clocked.
That was a decleater. Like his feet went up in the air.
Yeah, the report was that the guy that hit the home run, he was saying something crazy to the pitcher. He's celebrating a little too much. And you see what happened. He just wasn't for it. He wasn't having it at all. So,
there's many things I like about that video. One, the announcer.
Like, oh man,
he wasn't giving much energy to the home run, but as soon as he rounded third, he knocked him out. He's like, oh no, like what? And then I love the batter. He completed it. He's like, this is a home run. I'm going to touch home plate.
Keep your head on a swivel next time.
Yeah, for real. How do you not see that? I mean, you're facing this direction. You talking crazy, But then I love the pitcher, his great form tackle. Head down, he into his chest, and he drove through. I love it.
My question is the pitcher, because he went to what? Owen Woodward? That's his name. He went to North
Central.
Texas. North Central.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm familiar with those schools. Yeah.
Does he play football? Like that should be the answer.
He should. That was a great form tackle. That was great.
Now, Lil John Daly signing an NIL deal with Hooters. Hate it or love it.
I love it. I love the fact that his dad set it up, though, because his dad, of course, was a frequent Hooters wing eater. so he went and he got his son an NIL deal. But then again, in all seriousness, though, it's like these NIL deals, man,
booming.
It's whoever can bring some money to the table.
It's about marketing. We don't even know how good he is at golf, but he like, hey, that's my dad, and he was at Hooters a ton for the ambiance, and so what's up? Throw some money on the table, and I'll come through.
Yeah,
I love it. George Karl criticizes DeMarcus Cousins for his comments about Sacramento Kings. Hate it or love it.
He's a hater, first of all. I don't like George Karl that much, if I'm being quite honest. He has said a lot of things about players that he's had in the past that I just don't quite agree with. But this was unnecessary. He didn't have to come after DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins was asked a question and he answered honestly. So I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
Look, the thing about DeMarcus Cousins is that he's another one of those players that is going to be completely brutally honest, and so not sugarcoating things. But then you get a guy like George Karl, who sometimes guys in the league don't really vibe with him.
They don't,
So I mean, if the guy was honest, he said, I mean, he was just like, hey, I shouldn't have taken that trip to Sacramento to do my pre-draft, do a pre-draft workout. I shouldn't have done that. And so yeah, but then George Karl's response was classic.
It was just in bad taste because it didn't even make sense because it was like they said we paid you approximately $50 million and gave you the opportunity to play professional basketball. Let me newsflash: the 29 other teams would have definitely given him. It's not like he was an undrafted free agent. Yeah. He was a top 10 pick. Like he was picked number 7 in that draft. So that means all of the teams wanted him. Given whatever issues he had, all of them wanted him. So everybody would have gave him that amount of money. So I'm not trying to hear it.
Thanks. Now Kaepernick says he's open to backup role for Shot in the NFL. Hate it or love it.
It's taking too long for me.
I'm kind of upset that Kaepernick had to give in, and I understand it's like, all right, I still want to play. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. But at one point, Cap was just like, all right, I'm not settling for a backup role. It's either gonna be I'm a starter or I'm not. One of the two. So now he was on the I Am Athlete podcast and said this with Brandon Marshall and Ocho and those guys. But I'm just like, man, Cap, now you're going to just settle. You're going to settle. And I know it's like, all right, I want to be back in the league. I want to show that I can play. I can take a backup role. But to me, you're just settling, man.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what it is.
His time is really coming on. He's well, how old is Kaepernick? 36?
He's one of those, 35, 36. So
how many NFL quarterbacks are playing? Of course, Tom Brady's that outlier.
We got Aaron Rodgers, and no, let's be real. That those two are generational. At one, Aaron Rodgers is throwing the football, and Tom Brady just thinking the game and just being a quarterback. Kaepernick was
34. He's 34.
Was a good quarterback, but he also hasn't been in the league for a while now. So, what's gonna what is he going to bring? We know he has the experience, but we don't know what's going to happen. So it's just his time is coming. Hopefully he's in the league by next year and we can actually see.
Yeah, I mean, because he's going to have to show that he can play. I mean, he's done some stuff. I mean, you have Tom Brady, who's the oldest quarterback at 44. Then you have Andrew Whitworth, who he's an offensive tackle.
He just retired.
Yeah, so I mean, you have some guys that are playing, but you have Big Ben that was 39, and we see how his career went down.
Oh yeah, it was bad at the
end. Ryan Fitzpatrick was with Washington. He's 39, and you have Aaron Rodgers, who's 38. So, man. Yeah,
I mean, he's probably just on the level of a Fitzpatrick, as far as bringing I bring positives to the team, but I'm not gonna just carry the team for all 17 games plus the playoffs.
Right.
I think that's kind of where his wheelhouse is.
Now, Davion Smith cut from USFL for not liking chicken salad in unbelievable video. Hate it or love it.
I love it. I love it. I love the fact that they kept it real.
Let's see what happened.
John Peterson, personnel director. What's up, man? Good morning, man.
Well, he crossed the line, so we had to deal with it.
This is very difficult for me as a head coach, my first time, but we have a business. Okay, this is business, and you're a businessman. We all are, because that's the nature of the beast right now. But when I first talked to you guys on March 22nd, I had a handbook, and I covered some items that were very important to me.
Line 46 addresses that. Any disrespect of football or members, staff, USFL, hotel, etc., would not be tolerated.
And it's been brought to my attention that has occurred with you. So unfortunately, hear me out, unfortunately, cost of doing business, I'm going to have to let you go. Okay?
I didn't think I did anything or said anything disrespectful.
I can tell you what happened exactly.
It's not important right now.
Right.
It's not important.
I don't know.
It's already happened.
Right.
It's already happened.
I didn't say anything disrespectful. He said, is that going to be a problem? I said, yes. That's it. And I walked away. I mean, I didn't think that was disrespectful. Me saying yes, I don't eat chicken salad. And I was like, is there another option? Walked in with pizza, and I was like, can I get a slice of pizza? He said no. I was like, he said, is that going to be a problem? I said, yes. That's all I said. I didn't say no cuss word, nothing. That's all I said. I promise you. No disrespectful on my dad's life. I promise you I didn't say nothing disrespectful besides yes.
And I appreciate you sharing that, but the matters, it's done. It's done. And I appreciate you sharing that. But good luck.
Someone's feelings, hurt feelings, are a distant second to the greater good of the team. And we've moved on and turned that page, and I'm happy we did it.
I can't mope about something. Just go home and work. I ain't no dumb dude, so I'll figure it out.
Yeah, when somebody say, I'm put that on my dad, I put that on something. You know he being for real.
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody going to say, I put that on something and be lying.
Right.
I hate to say it, my fellow black folks. We all know a capper. We all know somebody like, man, I put that on my mama grave. And they be like, you, how dare you? Because you know you ain't telling the truth. But I think that's just a bizarre situation. I think I can see a situation where it goes both ways, where it can be seen as disrespect, where he was like, nah, I don't eat no chicken salad. Yeah. He probably thinks he probably just said no, but he really was like, man, nah, no. And then he's like asking for a slice of pizza, and he's like, no. He's like, yeah, that's a problem. I can see that, or I can see the inverse of that situation where he, something like that happened. But, that's just a strange situation.
Very.
It's interesting, too. Like, the USFL is not the NFL. These players aren't coming, like, they're not falling off trees.
No.
Honestly. So, I mean, most of these guys still have agents. Most of these guys have, try to get an NFL look or whatever. But sometimes you just stuff happens for ratings. And the coach had to make a decision, and he said, I'm standing on it.
But to go as far as cutting them?
Yeah.
That was raw, too. He was like, the matter's been resolved, and good luck. And walked out of there.
And walked out. Like, didn't even want to hear what he had to say.
He sure didn't.
Like, because sometimes when you're having a meeting with a guy, even though your decision is already made up. Your mind is already made up. You have that decision. Hear him out first and say, all right, well, our decision has been made. I'm sorry. Thank you for sharing it with me. But here's what our decision is. Not here's the forefront. Here's our decision. So, I mean, I commend him for saying that. I hear you fired basically at the beginning of it.
Yeah. He let him explain a little bit, and we'll never know. But that was a very bizarre video for real.
Yeah.
Now, rapper Drake is apparently confident in the Warriors to make the NBA Finals as he placed a $200,000 bet to win $1 million them to win the Western Conference. Hate it or love it.
Talk about a bandwagon. Man, this man fans of everybody. Who is he not a fan of? I seen him following Joel Embiid the other day. Who is he not a fan of? That's what I want to know.
Brother, this guy stinks.
Yeah. I think Drake is a troll, if I'm being completely honest. So yeah, Drake is just one of those guys, man. But to be put, and who knows if he actually put that amount of money on the team.
Yeah, we don't know.
That could be something that FanDuel put out there, or whatever betting site that they said that he put it on. But yeah, I don't see the Warriors by any means winning the West.
Oh,
he got to go through Phoenix.
Old Book got a hamstring injury, right?
I know.
So you think, have you not seen them? Like, have you seen the Warriors? They are not to be played with.
I see them.
Okay,
I see them.
All right, I just want you to know that I just want to know that you see them. All right, you got to say nothing else.
We appreciate everybody who joined in on today's show. We also thank you to the good folks over at Planet Comic-Con. Remember, you still have a chance to come down, and then over the next couple of days, people are still walking in. Wear your favorite costume. That's just what it amounts to being. What's you guys' favorite that you've seen so far?
Probably the Star Wars. That was pretty dope. The whole family.
Yeah, I think when we had them explain like the technology that went behind it, I'll definitely have to say the Star Wars for sure. So,
who would if you guys family? Who would you dress up as if you could, like right now with fam?
Off the top of my head, that's crazy.
I told Jazz I'm Ninja Turtles. We are coming through in Ninja Turtle costumes.
Ninja Turtles would be dope.
I'm talking I ain't talking we just gonna have a match. I'm saying the whole full-fledged. We got the feet, we got the hands, because their hands is like this because they were turtles.
Yeah.
I might have to go. Oh man, that's a tough one. Maybe Pokemon. Maybe I'll have to go Pokemon.
Okay.
I have to see. I'll have to see what. But
how about you, Jess?
Despicable Me.
Despicable Me.
Yeah.
Don't go there.
The Minions.
All right. That's dope. Remember, catch a rewind of our show on Mondays, 100.1 FM. Until next week, we are out of here.
The views and opinions expressed on the W Radio Show by the host, co-host, guests, and call-in listeners are solely the opinions and responsibility of the original source who expressed them. They do not represent the opinions of the W Show, 100.1 FM, One Kansas City Radio, Sideline Sports Talk, Team Wall Street Foundations, or affiliates.